Hey guys, Omni here. We are back for episode 3 of season 3 of Batwoman. Last week's episode saw Alice and Ryan tracking down the new Killer Croc, taking him out down the sewers, and Alice trying to find her ways out of her situation. Ended up making things worse for a short-lived deal that she's got with Ryan. After the end of this episode, she ends up just getting slammed right back into Arkham at the end of it because she tried to escape, left that little girl on her own to teach her a lesson that nobody's going to save you after she gave that little speech to Ryan. It was like, I was that little girl, and then she just backflipped on it. Killer Croc, though, looked pretty good. Looked pretty dang good for the show. From the little bit that we saw, I still think it, like I said this in the last episode, I think it looked way better than the Suicide Squad version that we got. It was a fun episode. Ryan straight up just came out to Jada Jet and told her, hey, I'm your daughter. What's up? And that was it. That was where we kind of left that conversation. That was the cliffhanger last episode, because it was like, oh, should I tell her? Should I not? We'll figure that out. There's a weird scene with Mary and Luke where it seemed like they're trying to push like a romantic connection there with them, and it's kind of out of nowhere. Don't know where that's going to go. I'd like it to not. I'd like them to stay where they are. I don't know. That's just me. But guys, we're about to dive into this episode. I actually didn't see any of the promos for this one, so I don't know what we're about to get into. But if you want to see the full-length reaction, you can check that out over on Patreon, or if you become a member here on the channel, it gets you access to that as well. It's just one of the many ways you can support the channel, helps work toward getting an editor and all that jazz. Another way you can help support is just by liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing these videos. If you're watching and you're not subscribed, stick around. But guys, that all said and down and out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into this episode. Here we go. What a shitbag. So did that kid, did the canister he had erupt and that's what caused it to freeze?
I never planned on meeting you. It's a lot to process.
I never planned on meeting you. That's a great starter to this conversation.
If you continue to try to have anything to do with my family, you and Wayne Enterprises will come to severely regret that decision.
Jesus.
Damn. See, this is what I get for second guessing my kicks. Marcus Jet.
Also known as my son. You were very clear about knowing the absolute minimum. You weren't even sure if you wanted to get to know Jada, so another kid.
How'd you know she was still alive?
What the fuck is she doing here?
Everyone was like, boo-hoo, evil Alice killed Ryan's mom. I miraculously provide her with another one, and you guys are just bitching and moaning.
I thought she was supposed to go back to Arkham. I thought she did go back to Arkham at the end of the episode.
Feels like spiders are running through my veins.
Okay, that's not a thing.
Wayne Tech uses nanobite injectables in their research all the time.
Are you calling in sick? Is that what this is?
But I am finding it very difficult to focus through my pain. And I would hate Miss Montoya to think that our little arrangement didn't work on account of me being in a hostile work environment.
What did you do?
I found it, Nora.
Nora, freeze! You were gonna tell me how you were frozen for 20 years. And let's talk about it.
All right.
Half a dozen doctorates still insisted on being called Mr. Freeze. But then again, Captain Cold wasn't really a captain, so.
Who's that?
Fair enough.
That is Nora Freeze in an Arkham intake photo taken 3 years ago. but she was so disoriented by the 20-year time gap that officials sent her to Arkham. She escaped in a breakout 3 years ago and has been MIA ever since. Dee Smithy is Nora Freeze's sister. Who's bouncing a basketball
What the
off
fuck?
of Bruce Wayne's shelf of first editions?
You ruffled some feathers? What'd you do? Because normally she eats that rags to riches stuff up. Reminds of herself.
So you think you know my story?
I really hope we don't have some Luke and Leia shit going on right here.
In the system, stint at Blackgate, and now acting CEO of Wayne. Oh, and you're my sister.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
How did you figure this out?
Oh, nannies talk. Like mine did when mom's disappeared for 9 months. Her and my old man didn't speak for a full summer after that.
So it was an affair.
And then we fast forward 27 years.
Calling it.
Badass chick. Why don't you show her what she missed out on the last 30 years? What do you say, sis? Want to join forces? Show her what we got?
Interesting.
No sign of Dee or the freeze tank. Or the roommate we didn't know about.
Like, how much time had passed while Nora was frozen and thawed out? Because she's like really old compared to that photo of when she was frozen.
I don't suppose you know where we'll find a cryo chamber.
What do you know about Ace Chemicals?
Only that no good thing ever happened there.
And I'm sending you the address now.
Goggles.
Everything you need to know about cryogenics. My brother-in-law kept meticulous notes.
Show me, or she dies.
All right.
BP and heart rate totally normal. 98.6. Glucose levels are as average as they come. All common symptoms of faking it.
You know, with care like this.
Does that happen a lot? Those delusions?
Just the ones.
So this whole performative "I'm sick" thing is in a cry for help, maybe?
I learned a long time ago that cries for help don't work. Do you tell Bossy Pants Batwoman that Luke's ignoring his PTSD symptoms, or do you keep Luke's secret because you love him?
I do not love.
Look, my husband was brilliant, but he didn't realize that once I was released from the chamber and thawed, time would catch up. 3 years ago, I came out of that thing a 34-year-old. And look at me now. At this rate,
Oh, there we go.
22 by Christmas.
Jesus.
To lock you back inside of it.
The only
That's some magic right there.
If what she's saying is true,
This is going to be a major problem. Add me to that list. Get out of here. Can you walk?
better than her.
A gun. Could you be more basic? Come on, let's do this.
Oh, shit.
All right, let's see this thing in action.
Talk to me. What is happening?
They trapped me in the cryo chamber.
What?
Get me the hell out of here.
I'm pulling up your biometrics.
Man, got knocked out by a bunch of randos
Your core body temperature's dropping like crazy.
and trapped in this ice death trap.
I have an idea. Let's talk about what I want.
What the hell are you doing?
Get these nanobots out of me now.
You know I can't do that. That's the only thing preventing you from escaping Gotham entirely.
I wonder why I'd want them gone. Get them out. And I will kill Nora. Do you not understand cause and effect? How do you have an MD?
Let her.
What?
I am so sick of people sacrificing their lives for me so I can be trapped all over again.
So you want me to kill you? Could you be a worse hostage?
But I gotta say, I understand her.
You understand the woman who just had you at knife point?
She's been trapped her whole life, and now she wants her freedom.
Does your sister know that that's what you want?
Yeah, she's okay. She's okay. She's conscious. I got her.
What's going on? Sophie got a crush on Ryan now or something? I don't know. I don't get it.
The way you kept me from nodding off back there. You're clever.
I will take that as a thank you.
Are you flirting with Sophie right now?
What?
No. What are you doing? You know what flirting is? What was that?
So, guys, come on.
Okay. So I wonder who these guys work for.
Let's hope Victor took her notes.
Okay. Just gonna let him go. So are they just like locking her up and letting her back out each night? She just... Oh, she... Mmm.
What the hell is happening to me?
Mary's right.
Thanks for having my backpack there. Guess it's safe to say you figured out the glitches in your supersuit.
You could say that.
It's because he disabled the failsafe. It's because he's not supposed to wear it until he's ready.
Mary.
But I wouldn't be standing here if Batwing hadn't been with me last night.
And what about next time? You don't have PTSD from being shot.
I don't have PTSD.
Okay. Give it to me straight. Are you up for this?
Absolutely.
Then keep an eye on it. But until we get these weapons off the street, I need Luke by my side.
I had to say something.
No, you didn't.
Well, that went belly up.
So, as tempting as it is to have a brother, I gotta put the team first.
There's a bronchodilator to help the breathing and meds to help with the pain. Should be enough to manage the pain these next few days.
Thank you, Dr. Hamilton. Victor and I had our first date in this park. Are you sure you're not tired? We can go home. Dee, I want to breathe in the fresh air. And then I want to let it all go. You're giving up? I've been dying my whole life, Dee. This once. What do you say we enjoy the precious moments we have
What? No. No. What the fuck is that? How dare you? How dare you? Oh my God. Damn. So they had said that Victor Freeze would be in an episode. So I guess that was only in as far as he was mentioned, I guess. But it was nice kind of following up with Nora, like post all of, the Victorness and the effects that it kind of had on her, at least in this continuity. I don't know. I like that. This mysterious group trying to like scrape up the technology to use it. I don't think we learned who they were actually working for. I assume it's going to be something that comes back later. Obviously, they took Freeze's notes, and made off with that. Well, I guess the Luke and Mary thing, that's going to get swept to the side here for a little bit after she had that talk with Alice, and Alice poked and prodded at her place on the team to the point where she had to stand up for herself and her values and her place on the team as the team doctor. He's like, so she went in, told the team about Luke's condition. But they have a fair point. If he wasn't able to use the suit, Ryan would be dead right now. So it is what it is. I like how they're exploring like Alice's psyche at this point. Like this lack of freedom again, like her freedom constantly being taken away, always being clocked in, like, and now these it's causing her to disassociate even more than like she has in the past, seeing things like the cards, and now having the feeling of being free from that cuff on her foot. She now has this thing in her blood that traps her, and she sees it as these things crawling around in her skin. Like she sees it, she feels it, she's scratching at it, because I think out of anything, being in a cell, like there's the hope you can escape that, but having it be in your skin, these things that are constantly tethering you to a group, a place, or whatever, knowing that your every movement is being tracked and what's in it, what's doing it is underneath your skin. It's just going to make things worse. I don't really know what else to really dive into in this episode except Jada Jet. I want to know what the deal is. It was definitely an affair based on the setup. What we learned, she had the son first with his dad, and she just kind of disappeared for 9 months, covered a bunch of things up. So father unknown. I'm still standing by it. They're going to make it Bruce. They're going to make it Bruce. Or somebody, maybe a villain. Who knows? Maybe tie her into somebody else. I don't know. But I feel like they're going to relate her to somebody by the end of it all, once we learn like who Jada had an affair with. But she's ruthless, cutthroat, doesn't give a shit, doesn't want her, nothing to do with her. Maybe it has something to do with her resentment towards whoever her father is. I don't know. But I mean, the brother seems cool, but I definitely understand like Ryan's point of view. Like, now's probably not the right time to be being selfish, no matter how much she wants it. But there's that weird, that not only do we have the Luke and Mary thing, but now we got Sophie and Ryan flirting. What's going on here, man? What's going on? I mean, it was an alright episode. It was a fun episode. The moment on the bridge was cool. It getting blown up, Gotham bridges, man, and getting blown up. It says they can't avoid it, right? But Luke flying around and freezing a bridge over, it was a nice little it was a nice little set piece. I like that. Ryan getting conked out by these randos though. Come on now. Come on. Come on. Yeah, I don't really know what else to really go into in this episode, but Poison Ivy, at least her vine has Mary. So I'm under the impression, at least, I kind of get the feeling that this vine is going to regrow Poison Ivy herself. Or maybe Pamela Isley's out there somewhere on her own, and this vine's going to go back to her, and I don't know what that'll add. Because if she's out there, I mean, she would have her powers. So I feel like this is all that's left of her. And then if it spreads, if it roots, it'll grow. Or, weird thought, what if it nabbed Mary, and this is going to be them saving money? I swear I heard they cast Pamela, though. They cast Poison Ivy. But I was going to say, like, what if it, like, latches on to Mary and Mary becomes Poison Ivy or some shit? She's also a doctor. I don't know. We'll have to go. A different kind of doctor, obviously, but I don't know. I don't know how they're going to incorporate poison ivy in the long run, but they're definitely building up to it. So, I don't know. What do you guys think of the episode? Sound off in the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. You can also join us in our Discord. Links to that and all my socials are down below. You can also check out the full-length reaction over on Patreon or become a member here on the channel. Before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends, Mandy Sherritt, Ryan Karen, Jason Coleman, Philly Vane, Yuri Kurskov, Margaret Grace, Peelings M, Mary Bradley, and Jeffrey Hale. Thank you guys so much for your support. But that's been this episode of Batwoman, and I'll see you guys next week with the next episode. Take care, everybody.